What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to talk about object-oriented programming with JavaScript. Yeah, I know it's 2 minutes too much long posting a video in a coding channel. Actually I was busy in other stuffs, so I apologize for that. But yeah, so let's get started for today's video. And in this channel, every day the video will be coming. Not every day, like regularly, as I was used to post before. So yeah, so today's topic is object-oriented programming with JavaScript. So what is object-oriented programming with JavaScript? Well, just define it's an object like a human. Human is having head, two hands, two legs, one stomach, one chest. So like that we define a human. So an object, we create creatures. Like object is having two hands, two legs, one stomach, one chest, one head. So this is how an object made with coding. So what are the four main things are very much used in object-oriented programming? So I'm gonna discuss that things in this video. So let's find out what are the main things are being used. Okay, so first thing is encapsulation, which reduce complexity and increase usability. Well, reduce complexity, it means that in your program there should be nothing complex to understand any kind of code, any kind of any line or something like that. And it will increase reusability, which is very much meaningful. I mean, if someone see your code, will totally understand that you mean to define this one. And it's very much important in object oriented programming. Next is abstraction. Well, abstraction reduce complexity as well as change in impact. So it will also reduce the complexity. It will reduce complexity. It means that it will short our code or anything which will make the code very much look easier and all. And it will change the impact. It will like, for example, if you written 500 lines of code, it will reduce to 100 lines of code, or 200 lines of code, or 300 lines of code. It will change in impact. That before your code is look like that, now it's looking like this, which is very much meaningful and very much easy to understand, and very much obviously it is very much easier to understand to your machine too. So next is inheritance. If you're a biology guy, you should know what is inheritance, which is something like depending someone else, like that. And yeah, and in this coding, inheritance means it's eliminate too much of useless code. I mean, if we're, as I've said before in abstraction, if we're having too much of code like 500 lines of code or 600 line of code, it will be reduced to 300 or 400 or anything like that. So it will eliminate too much of useless code that you're using. Then next is polymorphism. Well, what is polymorphism? Well, polymorphism is which will restore your statements. Like in your, maybe your program is having if else statement or nested if else statement or switch case statement, anything like that. It will restore to short lines of code to look very much easier to understand. All right, so that is polymorphism, what we understand for restoring switch case or if else, whatever statements you have in your object oriented programming. It's not only object oriented programming in JavaScript, it's very much for C++ or Python or anything language you use like React and all. So these object-oriented programming and these four structures are very much important wherever you use object-oriented programming. All right, so I'm going to show you some examples in this video. So let's get started. Let's jump into the VS Code and let's see what we find. These four topics over there in object-oriented programming. So let's go. Welcome back. So in this video, I will give you some examples for object-oriented programming in JavaScript. So first of all, let's give a variable called let a equals 10, and let's let b equals 10. After that, for calculating, I'm going to use function. We'll give calc. Over here, we'll give two parameters. and over here we will return, oops, return a plus b. So what you will do, we will have defined let a equals 10, let b equals 10, and we have given a function is known as calc, and this calc is having a and b parameters, and we have returned those and we have added themselves. I guess this concept I have taught you previous video also, but now I will turn this concept to an object-oriented programming. So let's make an object. So we will make an object name. So like if name of a human, let's say John or Dipayan or whatever you say. So let's give it a name. Let number, the number of this the name of the object is number, and over here I will give equals, and I will give open the curly brackets, and over here we will give the parts of a human body. For example, num is having a equals 10, b equals 10, it's not equals actually, and so after that we will give c, and after that how to calculate. After in this c column we can give function, and over here we will use only calc, and in this parameter space we will not give a and b because this a and b is inside this object, so we don't need to implement foreign parts over here. So without giving this parameters, we will open the function and we will give this dot a plus this dot b. This method used for uh, implement variables which is inside the object. So we have added themselves. Sorry for giving the return. So return these themselves, and after that for running this program we will give num as a name and name the function name is calc. So this is like that you work as object-oriented programming. So I have converted this whole structure to an object-oriented like that. So this is how you should make like encapsulation. As I have said, don't think that there should be an object, think that there is a human being is having two hands, two legs. So this is the name of a human being which is num, and it's having one hand. The value of one hand is 10, and one leg, the value of that leg is 10. And after that we have calculated with c that we have four, actually we have four two hands, two legs, so over here we have two, so we have calculated both of them. So this is how you should understand the encapsulation of it. All right. And as I have said, inheritance which reduce too much of code. So over here we haven't reduced too much of code, as we have defined too much of code. So inheritance isn't I mean it is important, but like for in this video I'm teaching you object oriented programming, so this will be the concept you should learn in object oriented programming in JavaScript, not this actually. I mean this also works, but in this video this is how you should work with object oriented programming. So the point is you can make any kind of object with any kind of statement. Like I have given a statement over here, we have added themselves, I have turned this to object oriented programming. Okay, so this was the video guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to do the subscribe button, do the like button, and don't forget to share. And I will see you guys in the next one. Comment me down below which type of videos you want and which topics you want in programming, and obviously join my online classroom. As I've said, join my online Discord community, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.